wanted to welcome you to my channel, and today I'm going to take a look at 3 freight cars that I just got. I chose box cars and a hopper car. I needed more box cars for my freight trains, my manifests, and I needed another hopper. I need a lot more hoppers for my unit coal train. But I thought I'd do a little unboxing to show what I found as I investigated these. So first up, an Atlas and Train Man, Norfolk and Western 90-ton hopper. These were used on the Boston and Maine and Norfolk Southern, Guilford, etc. In a unit coal train for quite a while. I don't really know when this particular car was not used, but it ran on the B&M to Bow, New Hampshire for the power generating plant. Now these cars, the detail on them is right up to standards with the current N scale amount of detail. They look pretty good, and since most of my layout is going to be viewed sort of from a distance, not a lot close up, then they'll be perfect for what I want. So after looking at the bodies, we'll take a look at the couplers. The coupler is a little messed up. Just pinch it back together again. The truck mounted couplers, and we have these, what looks to be the standard Atlas plastic wheels, which, if I can get a good shot of these, put those out of the way. I think it'll show up pretty good. Oh, that was good. So we put the gauge over the one flange and go to put it down, and they're slightly narrow on gauge. This seems to be the way all of the Atlas wheel sets are made. Plastic, set gauge, a little bit too narrow. Which, if you've got wide turnouts that will accommodate a greater range of wheels, then they'll work fine. You can okay, so moving on. The next one I have is an Intermountain. Let's see, here's the 50-foot Gunderson boxcar. Double door boxcar, and it's also an extra height car. Pretty standard plastic bubble packaging. The detail on these, again, is pretty standard. They look pretty darn good from a distance. It's not like the way even HO used to be. Molded on detail that wasn't so good. So anyway, moving on to the trucks, the couplers are body mounted, which is a plus. The wheel sets are metal, which I found, if for some reason the wheels are out of gauge, you can actually change them without having to replace the whole wheel set. See if I can get this on. And the wheel gauge fits right over. So I would say the wheels are in gauge. Looks like an excellent model. Perfect for N scale. The CP rail. So that's going to be a nice addition. So that's going to be a nice addition to my collection. Last one up this time is a Bachmann. Wanted to find more of a modern So the next one up is a Bachmann. And trying to find more modern cars, 50-foot box cars, etc. I have a 50-foot outside braced boxcar for CSX. And these are nearly impossible to get out of the box. With a little perseverance and tapping, you can get there. One thing that they did include, it has the magnetic knuckle couplers, but it also comes with some Rapido style couplers in case you are using those on your layout. And again, the detail is pretty good. Standard N scale detailing. So it'll be a nice addition. And again, it has the magnetic couplers, knuckle couplers. They're truck mounted, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. And they have metal wheels, which we'll see if that's going to matter. And yes, they are way out of gauge. They're worse than the Atlas plastic wheels. But hopefully, with the metal wheels, it'll be easy to change. So anyway, out of the three, the Intermountain car is definitely much better than the other two. In my opinion, primarily because I don't have to mess with it. The wheels are engaged. It's got body-mounted couplers. It's very nice. Good detail. Next up is the Atlas. The only real drawback to that is the plastic wheels. And then, sort of on a par, is the Bachmann. Although the wheel sets are way out of gauge, the being metal wheel sets, it should be easy enough to fix that. Well, I took a few minutes to do a little adjustment on the wheel sets on this Bachmann car. And yes, being metal wheel sets, I was able to adjust them. So now they're right on the way they should be. So that puts this a little bit above the Atlas car. I think the Atlas car was a little cheaper, but by the time I buy wheel sets for them, it's going to be more expensive. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe, hit the like button, and hit the notification bell so that you'll know when I post new videos. One of which will be how I made a jig, which is very rough, but I made a jig for adjusting wheel sets. And I'll actually make a much nicer one with some real instructions for how to do it. But this is what I use to adjust wheels in cars and locomotives. So that will be coming up sometime in the future. Hopefully not real long. Thanks again for watching. Have a good one. Stay safe.